So when was the minimum height requirement for police officers abolished? The answer was in 1999.
That's right, the minimum requirement for a man to join the Fuzz used to be 5'8", or 1.73 in new money, 1.73 metres, 5'4" for women, but height restrictions were scrapped about 10 years ago on grounds of race, as they were seen to discriminate against smaller races such as the Chinese. So Dawn, Stephen and Dan's thoughts on this in a moment, but when it comes to the long arm of the law, do you think a copper standing just 5 foot tall could cut the mustard? 0207 173 5555 is you have something to say. The tabloids, they have been having a field day with pint-sized PC, Rob Port, who stands 5 foot tall, or 1.5 metres for any Eurocrats watching. The Diddy Devonshire detective, actually, is a constable, but don't let that stand away, some good alliteration, is, in fact, Britain's shortest cop. Elo, 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 is how the Sun's headline writers put it. His nickname is PC Laptop. That's amongst the force. But is PC Port's height anything to laugh at, you know? He says he made 17 arrests in his first month on the beat, and he's a former soldier, a hero, who served in Kuwait, Iraq and Northern Ireland. He certainly doesn't think his lack of stature is an issue. I've arrested people of all shapes and sizes, he said. This has not once posed an issue. So it's not an issue, then. But can you imagine... this is just my evil mind. Can you imagine being a demo and seeing that lot and then seeing what seems to be a gap in the line, and everyone would pile through and jump on PC Port's head, wouldn't they? Or am I being mean? I'm going to start with you, Dan, as the tall one on the panel. Do you think height is important?
Yeah, see, I'm very clear on this. I am 6'6", but I'm soft. I've got a glass jaw. I go down like a sack of potatoes. Someone hit me. So, and let me tell you, I've been beaten up by 5 foot guys.
Trying to get to your glass jaw.
I absolutely. Take it from me. There is no relationship between height and ability in physical situations. And Jet Li, I understand, is a 5'6". I'm sure he could kick my backside. And I'm sure that PC Laptop could as well. So good luck to him. I'm sure he'll be a fantastic enforcer of the law.
PC Laptop.
Yeah. I totally agree. It says here, you know, that they believe he has skills of full confidence in his ability and judgment, and therefore he makes a good policeman. He obviously loves his job. He did.
You don't think there's anything about the physical side? Because when you think about it, one of the reasons that I think policemen like their tall helmets is it adds extra height. It gives physical presence.
Yeah, I don't know. Where I come from, there's some quite large policemen, and I find them equally. I don't know what they could do any more for me than he could do, to be honest. I think as long as the policeman wants to do his job really well and that he's dedicated to it, I think great.
Okay.
I think apart from the fun aspect of the story, the reason why it's in the press is because it does highlight the fact that many, many years ago, the sight of a policeman, that uniform did once command respect. If a policeman said stop, you'd stop. But now when you see a little guy like this, you think, oh, my God, is that a strippogram? Is he... do you know what I mean? So it's just... But obviously I'm joking. But I'm like my friends...
But, you know, I can imagine, you know, he works in Tiverton, a lovely part of Devon, and I can imagine that the binge drinkers there, and I'm sure there was one or two, when they come out, might have a bit of a laugh at his expense.
Well, they would do, because it's not... You know, when you see a policeman and again you go stop, youths don't stop. Well, they answer back now, don't they?
Yeah, true enough.
But I do think, like Dan said, you know, it won't hamper his ability. He does look like a very charming, young, small man. So,
He's still a policeman and therefore has the power.
OK. What does the audience think, Eric?
OK, that's where he's lived. So would you feel safe with a 5 foot copper?
With that particular one, yes, because he's got all the background and everything, but I don't... Yeah. Maybe that's the surprise. They think they're in for an easy ride when they see him, but actually he's going to...
Because he's, I think he's, I don't know what it means, he's a martial arts expert as well, so, you know, and he can handle himself. Do you think, I mean, since women have been in the police force, I mean, there used to be height restrictions on them as well. Do you think height has any bearing in how the public see police?
No, because like Dan says, you might be tall, but you might be really wimpish, so...
They might be really wimpish, but can I be honest? if I saw him running towards me with a truncheon, my first thought wouldn't be, oh, but I wonder if he's got a glass jaw and I can break it. It would be, run away. And that's what we must do now. We're all out of time, I'm afraid, folks. Boo-hoo. Great to have you here again, Dan. It really has been a fascinating show, I think, when you're here, too. We'll talk a bit about history. And best of luck with your new show. Empire of the Seas starts on tomorrow night on BBC Two. Dawn and Steve, nice one. Great show. Ladies and gents, give it up for a fantastic panel. Thank you.